It's very difficult, expensive, and time-consuming to get inside of bank, let's say. So what cyber criminals are typically doing, they are trying to identify third parties who have access to the same data they are looking for.
So Ilia, how has and why is cybercrime such a prominent crime now?
Well, I'd probably say that the story is pretty long, but to cut it short, what are the root problems we are observing today is probably that it's nothing related to technology, it's rather about business. Because, unfortunately, since 2007, when the economical crisis has started, the real reasons that caused the crisis are still here. And the problem is that business is becoming very competitive. We speak about banking, we are speaking about industrial business, we are speaking about insurances. The competition is very tough. And when CEO or CFO, the board are talking about how to survive, definitely they don't want to spend a lot of time on cybersecurity, hacking, other things, because they have things that are really important for them. What they tend to do, they try to say that we definitely need to take care of anti-hacking, cybersecurity. However, we do not have any technical background. So what we would do, we would see how much other companies in the sector we are currently are spending on it. And we will say that if, for example, the competition is spending $50,000 on cybersecurity and we are spending 30, something is probably wrong. However, if all others spending 30 and we spend 75, we are in very good shape. That's right. However, spending more doesn't necessarily mean spending better. The problem is that today a lot of companies, they still fail to evaluate their cybersecurity risks. Usually they start to protect themselves from scam, from advanced persistent threats, from all the threats they see on TV. They see about phishing, about different type of scam, about ransomware. And instead of evaluating their cyber risks appropriate to their company, to their particular business processes they have, they start purchasing solutions they don't necessarily need. And at the end of the day, they say that, okay, we spend this amount, we are spending a lot. This means that we should be secure. Unfortunately, it's not the case, because I would say that if it's an SMB, if it's a big company, before spending a single cent, we shall understand which cyber risks we are trying to mitigate.
So who's most likely to be targeted by cybercrime?
I would say today everyone becomes a potential target, and this will remain like this in the upcoming days. Why? Because today it's very difficult, expensive, and time-consuming to get inside of bank, let's say. So what cyber criminals are typically doing, they are trying to identify third parties who have access to the same data they are looking for, because usually it's very unfrequent case that somebody is looking to steal all the customers or the entire database. Usually we are looking for a particular customer, a particular account, particular document, particular contract. And in majority of cases, it's pretty easy to identify third parties who have access to the same data. It can be lawyers, it can be financial auditors, it can be financial consultants, it can be advisors, it can be IT support of the company, and so on. So today, hackers tend to hack a third party that is not very big, who doesn't spend a lot on cybersecurity, on protection, because it's pretty sure that nobody will see that they have been hacked. So it means that no investigation, legal procedures will be there. And it's also something they can do without spending a lot of time and budget on this.
And so how can we fight and protect ourselves against cybercrime? What's the best and cheapest way to do this?
I would probably say that the best way to make sure that we are not going to be compromised, because unfortunately today we can be almost 99.9% sure that we will be attacked. So our objective is to make sure that we will not be hacked. We need to make sure that we have a complete inventorization of the digital assets that we have. It means data, it means hardware, it means software. If it's mobile devices, cloud, we need to make sure that we understand where the data we have is. Once we have an idea that it's located in this data center, in several clouds, on desktops, on iPads. Once we have a full inventarization of all the digital assets we have, we shall make a holistic and comprehensive risk assessment, meaning that we need to identify which risks, I mean, if it's insider threats, if it's external hackers, hacktivists, government, competition, somebody else who's going to hack us. Once we have a clear idea of the risks that are appropriate for our company, for our business processes, we must make sure that we understand how important are these risks, because what is a pretty frequent case today that we say that we have a lot of risk. We'll start from risk number 65, then jump to risk 22, then 31, then number 1. We shall make sure that we remediate a risk in a right and appropriate order. I would also say that cooperation with our partners, even I would say with competitors, can be helpful, because quite often companies tend to make very complicated process of assessing their risk. They make huge researches. They involving a lot of external consultants, experts, who may be PS not very objective. What I would probably recommend to do is to talk to your partners, to talk to even to competitors, because if somebody will find out that an attack X is appropriate and successful against a private bank in Geneva, in the next weeks all private banks will be attacked with the same utility, because it's cheap, simple, and easy to do. So talk even to your competitors, obviously without sharing some confidential data, but your competitors, your partners can share very interesting insights of what is currently being used to attack a company like yours.
Thank you for joining us in the studios once again. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
That wraps up today's interview, but don't forget you can get the latest with the Dukascopy TV team by following us on Instagram or by following us on Facebook. Goodbye for now.